Before we get started with this video, we've got some real treats to show you. We're gonna get to the farm stuff and stick around after the video because we're gonna show you some really cool stuff at the end. Just a real treat. Stoney Ridge Farm, Stoney Ridge, Stoney Ridge Farm. Hey folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer, and we are in the UK today with Tom Pemberton on his dairy farm. He has a dairy farm and a beef operation, and we're going to show you how they milk the cows. Now be sure down below there'll be a link to Tom Pemberton's farm channel, and there'll also be a scrolling link right across here. You got to check them out.
So what we're doing here, we've got 4 filters in here.
Okay.
So the milk goes through the 4 filters into the bulk tank, which is just behind us.
Gotcha, yep.
Exciting stuff. I don't know if we mentioned before, we do raw milk, which is a little bit different. I don't know if you've got it in the
Can't
US.
sell raw milk in the US?
Can't sell the milk,
Nope.
so we can, which is straight from the cow. All it does is go through those filters, go into there, and we sell it straight to consumer. Again, we've got a raw milk vending machine. We didn't really have time to see it today, but we're thinking we might come to the US and see you.
All right, we're walking through the milk parlor, yeah? And the cows will start coming in here in a second.
Cows will start coming in.
Here they come, they're knocking at the door already.
Right, okay, so what's going to happen here is the cows are going to go in this side. I'll walk through it as I go, and hopefully you might learn a couple of things.
Happy cow. So guys, what's happening here is the cows are going in, they know where to go, they know where the food is, and then we'll hook up the milkers.
So what we're doing to start with, Josh, is we use this foam that foams up, dip each teat, covers each teat with foam, and then this foam is meant to be on for 45 seconds, and it just starts to soften up any muck that we have on it, and then we go back to the cows that we first dipped, and then we wipe it off. So this is a new calved heifer, so she's a little bit tetchy, so you'll see that she just raises her legs a little bit because she's just getting used to it. She's good. And then we just fold over and then dry wipe again. And we're all about that teat being nice and clean. We use one wipe per 2 cows, throw it away. So what we do is dry wipe, dry wipe, and there we go.
So what you guys also need to know is that the business end of the cow is right here. And the same area that the milk comes out is the same area that the not so milky comes out too. So we gotta make sure that the teats are clean before they hook them up to the milkers. And then we're gonna hook them up to the milkers next.
Like that.
All right, so as the cows are being milked, the milk goes into these large glass containers right here, and I'll zoom in on these and you can see how much milk is actually coming through. It's really, really interesting. This is a younger cow?
Younger cow, yeah. And she's actually got a little bit of a cut on her teeth, so it's a little bit sore. So we just put a kick bar on just to slow her down. We want to make sure she milks out. If they don't milk out, it could be more issues than it is worth it. So we want to just look after her a little bit, give her a little bit of TLC, put a bit of cream on that teat every time we finish milking instead of the iodine. We'll show you that in 2 minutes. So per cow, we're averaging about 28 litres a cow a day. That doesn't sound like a lot, But so when they first calve, they produce the most, which they can produce anywhere between 40 to 50 litres, and at their end of lactation, so when they're due to be dried off again, have another calf, they're producing anywhere from 15 to 20 litres.
So we've got one side of the cows already milking here in the milk parlor, and coming in through the other side, the other cows will be here. Now with me being here, makes the cows just a little bit timid, a little bit nervous, so I kind of got to be a little quiet. Inside here is a system hooked to the silo, which is dropping food down through these little green tubes. And those green tubes are what's feeding the cows as they're being milked. So they're really excited to get in here because they're going to get food. And if you look, they're kind of lined up back there to get in here. Really interesting. It's utterly exciting. It's utterly liberating.
Okay, yep. Left hand here. Got it. Perfect.
Got it.
Stop.
Start.
You're a bit big for this ball. So get from one and find it with your finger. Yeah, find the teat and the cold it.
Okay, find the teat, pull it down.
Yeah, cracking job. You're doing it.
Sweetheart.
You're doing it.
Sweetie.
Go on. Oh, boom! High five. Yeah, did it. Smashed it.
So guys, part of English culture after milking is going to the pub. But we're also going to carry some warm milk to the pub too, so we trade for beer.
So we've got the cow at the end, and we said we've got to put a bit of cream on. We've got a bit of cream. And Josh might have to follow. I'm sorry if you get a little bit dirty, Josh. We go down. We don't normally do this. This is because this cow's got a little bit of a sore. So we're trying to just make the teat a little bit better. All we're doing is putting some cream on. I don't know if you guys in the US have something called Sudocrem. So if you've ever got a cut or anything like that, it's kind of like Sudocrem. Finish that off. The rubber teats get sprayed with the iodine as normal, and then these cows are ready to go.
Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed this little journey today. We took you somewhere you've probably never been. You've probably never seen anything like this before. The first time I ever saw like how much manure is really on the backside of a milk cow, it made me wonder, like, man, drinking unpasteurized milk, is it safe? Is it good? We tried some. It's absolutely delicious. You can buy it here in the UK. You cannot buy it in the US. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge Farm. We want to thank Tom Pemberton. And this is his lady. And she's scared of cows.
One chased me when I was little.
Good stuff. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. That was perfect. All that milk that you just saw coming out of those cows, right there. Awesome. I'm a car guy. I'm just a car guy. This is the new Ford Ranger over here in the UK. It has not hit the US yet, so I want to walk you around it real quick. It basically, they're going to make a Raptor version, I'm told, of this. It's a 3.2 liter. I think this is a diesel model over here in the UK. It's something that you just don't see in the US. So right there is the new Ford Ranger. Awesome. I took a little side trip into the garage. Ferrari, Porsche. This is a dune buggy that belongs to Tom. This is a TR5 that belongs to Tom's dad. And this is a Porsche Boxster. That's what we call that in the US. Is it called a Boxster here?
Boxster, yeah.
Boxster, yep.
Well, the TR we built, I built myself. It was a poor project that wasn't finished. So I stripped it down and redid it myself. It was white and plum coloured, two colours. So we stripped it out, completely took it off. We just didn't take the body off the chassis. We did everything else. The whole lot came out. We resprayed the whole car. And I've been having it over 20 years, and I'm constantly improving the car, constantly changing things, like the dash, steering wheel. The spray job's good. I'll flip the bonnet just to show you inside. This was an original British car. It had never been abroad. It originally was fuel injected. However, that was taken off before I bought it. So they put it onto the SUs, which was a standard Triumph thing at the time. The SUs instead of the Strombergs. They've been rejetted, reported, and I've changed the manifold. I've done some work on the engine. I've had it skimmed. The head's been done. Improved gas flow and everything else. I've extractor manifolds on it, which looks like a bunch of bananas at this side. So there's more power in here than it was originally designed for. The car has more power even on SUs. The mechanical fuel injection of these cars was always a problem for them, and that's what created the reliability issues. So with the SUs, if you break down anywhere in this country, probably even in Europe, even in America, you'll be able to find a diaphragm or a needle or anything for these dead simple carburetors. And with it being ported, headed, a high lift cam been put in, a bit more revs, a bit more power with the cam. It's, as I say, it's giving us more power than we originally intended the car was. The best thing I did with this car, and you can't quite see from that side, you'll have to come around here. The best thing is upgrading the brakes. And if you can see down there, I've cross-drilled, ventilated, 4-part racing calipers on it, and with better brake pads, so it stops as fast as a modern car. This was a 1962 design TR4, went to 4A with a different back end. This is the back end of a 4A. Now they put more power in it, and I've increased the power a bit. Brakes were important, so you can drive this car faster now than you could ever do before, because you can stop. You can stop in modern traffic. You're not worried on the motorway if a tranny van or a Fiat Uno or anything else stops bang in front of you. This will stop. 40 years ago the brakes were adequate, not for modern traffic. Now these were as good as the little Boxster, probably as good as my Volvo. I don't know whether it's quite as good as the Porsche, the big one there, the big baby, because that does stop. That is a Starship Enterprise of a car. But this is a great little baby. It's balanced. I've no fan on the front, electric cooling, ported, 6-speed gearbox now with overdrive on 3rd and 4th. Slightly longer leg than it was designed for, but it's loads of power and loads of torque, and it's great, absolutely great. This car has not started this year, so for it to start now, it won't start first turn. I know it won't. It'll have to fill the carburetors with the fuel. Let's just see if it will. It's filling them. Can you hear it ticking? It's filling the carburetors. Manual choke. Little bit of it's totally balanced all the way to the gearbox. Clutch is balanced and everything. And compared to an old 6-cylinder that went to 5.5, the power peak of this engine is at 6,800 RPM, if you've the balls to drive it to that hard. I've taken it to 6 and a bit, and it's flying, baby. But it's an old car, we've got to treat it nice.
Guys, this is just a treat, Thanks a lot for watching.